All right. Well, 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. We can start. All right. Once again, please, if you could just tell me that you can hear me and see my screen, I appreciate it. I just want to make sure that everything is working good. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Today there is something, really special. This is, wow, this is pretty unique. Before we start, just to introduce myself, my name is James Buchman. I've been trading about 20 years now. I have my own trading community. I have my own trading room. I should show this, right? Um, been working with NINZA for 3.5 years, maybe around 4 years now. Great company. They have excellent support team, excellent tools. So it's been a lot of fun working with them. And this though is really unique. This Oracle matrix is quite unique. So just a quick background. I've been saying for the longest time that it's not so much about a given indicator. It's about the environment. It's about the context. It's about the condition. Because over the years, I've promoted, I think well over 100 different products, different companies. Some tools were great, some tools were not. But I always argued, uh, give me your worst performing tool, wherever it might be, put it in the right environment, and you'll be surprised what the results are. So when NINZA told me they have this new product, and it's not really an indicator. It's not. Oracle Matrix is not indicated the way you think of an indicator. It is more of a laboratory, like a research laboratory. In a nutshell, and we're going to go over details, what it does, it takes whatever indicator you have. Now, most of us, I know I do, have more than one indicator. It takes the signal from whatever indicator you want and other indicators that you have to create context, to create conditions, to create the right environment for that signal indicator to do the best it could do. And that is, again, I promoted many things. I've never seen anything quite like this. It is literally a way of not purchasing another indicator, using whatever you have and adjusting it in such a way that it performs the best it could perform based on different criteria, hundreds, thousands different combinations of conditions, and then use automation to take the best possible signals with the highest probability of success. Now, before we begin, I just want to kind of apologize ahead of time. All right, me, I am not very good with technology, and as a result, I'm really not gonna do this tool real justice. It is beyond really my understanding, but it's not because it's complicated. It's I'm sure it is very intuitive if you have the head for it. Me, I'm very old school. I am really old school. How old? Well, I'm old school. My trading room has just a chart. That's it. I trade based off price action. That's it. Luckily for me, I'm pretty damn good at it. But yeah, so I will do my best to really explain what this is all about. I will show you a chart and again try to explain all the different features that Oracle matrix has. But I know I will not cover everything, and I know I will not be able to answer any technical questions. The good thing is, however, NINZA has a terrific support team. They will answer all your questions. Um, NINZA support team got into my computer remotely to help me because I was completely lost. So, they created the template that we're going to see, and they can answer all of your questions. Okay, so having said that, let's begin. So, they've been working on this, I think they told me for something like 5 months. What they were striving to do is to build a tool that can research different market conditions so that a particular indicator can produce the best signals. Now, if you think of any indicator, so let's pick an indicator. How about like solar wave, bestseller? I think a lot of you have it. Would an indicator like solar wave uh, do really well under any market conditions? And of course, a lot of you would say no, because it's a trending indicator, right? Solar wave is a trending indicator. Um, and so if a market is in a real chop, if it's in a very narrow range and a lot of back and forth, it might not do well. How about like an overbought, oversold indicator? Well, that indicator would not do well, like a reversal kind of an indicator, would not do well in a trending market, strongly trending market, right? So the point is, the signals from any given indicator would do better or worse based on the context. The context. What is context? What is context? Anyone? Just curious. What is context when it comes to trading? Um, is context the same as condition? Is it the same thing? Context is a combination of different conditions. It could be, for example, it could be, what was it, a trend. It could be volume. It could be momentum. It could be higher time frame. It could be any one or a combination of these things. So let's again taking solar wave as an example. If I'm looking for conditions that would make solar wave signals most effective, I would be looking for trending conditions. Maybe using a higher time frame, maybe not, but some kind of a trending conditions. I don't want to trade a trending indicator in a choppy market environment. What Oracle Matrix does is it takes your indicator that you want to take the signals from. Okay, it's going to use your indicator. It is then going to use other indicators that you input to create context. It's going to use thousands of different combinations of market conditions to create this perfect environment for solar wave. Again, just using solar wave as an example. Okay, where am I? I will show you the chart in a minute. I just want to kind of give you a background here. Right. So it's all about, so it's no longer, you are no longer trading in isolation. You see, no signal from any indicator could just perform well all the time. It will perform well under certain conditions. What Oracle Matrix does is it finds these conditions. And yeah, a systematic approach. Also, of course, while we're talking about this, there is no way to really manually test it all. It would take, I mean, you're looking at like hundreds of thousands of different combinations. To do this manually, you would need a whole bunch of charts and a whole bunch of time, and then document it all. What is amazing is that Oracle Matrix does it all in milliseconds. And then it allows you to backtest based on the criteria that you create. It would give you the results of the quote best signals under the right conditions. So of course, some of those conditions, and they have 8 built in. There is momentum, there is trend. Within the trend, there is the higher time frame, there is the working time frame, there is the max time frame. So they listed overall as 8 market conditions that create the context. So maybe now let's take a look at a chart and just see what is this all about. So let me find it in Zoom. So that's it. Make sure you see it. Boom. Okay. Okay, so this is from today. This is right now, real time, right? Real time, right now. Here we go. This is the control panel. Now let's look at this. Again, I did not create this template. This template was created by the NINZA core team. They gave it to me. They even put it in my computer because I couldn't figure out how to do that. So let's start looking at different things here. All right. So let's look at the indicators first that make up this template. So we have super jump boot. And you can see here, hope you can see it, it says signal. It says signal. There are 2 possibilities, signal or context. I want the signal to be from super jump, but I want it to be in context. I don't just want to be taking any signal that super jump does. I want to participate only in the highest probability setups that occur using now these other indicators. So I have easy trend. Now, easy trend, as you can see here, is not a signal, it's a context. The context for the super jump signals will come from easy trend. You see, it says context. It will come from solar wave. Again, you see context. And it will come from a Fractal Pro, Williams Fractal Pro. Again, you see context. And so what Oracle Matrix does is it looks through all the possible combinations where super jump signal occurs in a but the best conditions that could be created using Easy Trend, Solar Wave, and William Fractal Pro. Now I no longer trade in isolation. Now I can trade scientifically by creating the perfect conditions, or as perfect as you can get, for the super jump signals. Now, we go into the matrix. Go into the matrix. Okay, so there is a lot here. So here is where I put what is my minimum win rate. I decide that. Is it 20%, 50%, 80%? Obviously, the higher number you put, the less trades you're going to have, right? It's going to be really selective then. So here NINZA put 20. Profit factor of 1.2. Of course, we want at least one trade, and then list the first 100 longs and the first 100 shorts. So Oracle Matrix works through all these possible combinations, and it identified really great conditions for Super Jump to work, which resulted in $84,000 in profit, 1.63 profit factor, 56% win rate, and it identified with the data series we have with the amount of days loaded 493 trades. So kind of going back, it identified 493 trades. Then it lists them all, the different conditions. So the green are the longs, the reds are the shorts, and it just lists everything. Now, of course, trade management, you can choose ATM or you can choose ATR, risk reward. You can choose by the dividends, they've like fixed risk in dollar amount. So not fixed, but like in dollar amount. So you can choose all that. Again, NINZA Code did all that. I did not do that. We have stop loss 125. We have profit factor. I'm sorry, profit 155 ticks, not dollars, ticks. Um, so it lists everything. It lists everything. And then there comes the back test. So once you have everything, you see, okay, well, let's see how we did lately. So let's see if I remember to do it. So I press um, the back test. So this is over the past, I think, 6 days, actually like 4 trading days. This is just from, yeah, this is from August 20th. So August 20th to August 26th. Today is the 26th. So 6 days, but really there was the weekend. So I assume it's like 4 trading days. $2,600 in profit. By the way, this includes commissions. How do I know that? Because it says here include commissions. So it takes into account commissions. And again, this is all things that I list. I decide on the criteria. Like I decide what do I want. Now, for example, I was being a bit of a wise guy, and I said I want a profit factor of 8. Well, I didn't get any trades, so that's very nice. I want profit, but you know, uh, so it didn't find any combination that would result in profit factor of 8. So I had no trades. But here you can see it breaks everything down for you over the past. So since the 20th of August for this particular setup. And of course, you can have the summary and you can have the graph. So now, I don't know if you can see this. So let's look. Yeah, here we go. So this was the signal for today. This was the signal. And it doesn't have many trades. Now, again, why doesn't it have many trades? Because it's very specific to what it's looking for. It is looking for the right context between all the indicators listed here, right? So it's going to look for a signal, because it says signal, from a super jump, but all the conditions, the context from these indicators here. And it would only take a trade when all the conditions in the context are being met. Then, of course, you can automate it. Kind of like Captain Optimus, same exact idea. You put you put the account, you enable longs or shorts, ATM, whatever you want, and it will do it for you. Now, if you notice, I think somewhere here I saw it. Where did I see it? Here. So this was, you see this little triangle, this little green triangle. This is actually a signal, but it did not meet all the conditions that Oracle decided was were the ideal conditions for super jump to have a profitable signal. So that's why there was no trade here. It doesn't trade a lot. As a matter of fact, I think, is it here where it lists how many trades? Yeah, I think it only had like what? Number of trades, six. Number of trades. So over the past, whatever, 4 days, I guess, 4 trading days, it only had six trades. Very selective, but very profitable, right? Very selective, but very profitable. And that's the key. Okay. Good. So let me take any questions now, and then I'm going to go back to the slideshow. I will try to answer those questions best I can. Again, guys, I apologize. I'm not much of a tech. Okay. How to know which indicators to pick? I don't know if it's a question of knowing. You try. You pick indicators. Oracle is gonna find, using the indicators that you pick, the best conditions, the best context for the signal that you want to actually trade. So remember, one indicator is going to be the signal indicator. The rest would be context, would be the conditions that make that signal indicator perform at its best. Can you run an auto strategy in Oracle Matrix instead of using? Wow, yeah, that's Captain. Instead of using is COS Captain Optimus, I assume. Uh, I assume it's what you mean. Yeah. Um, well, it you don't it does everything for you. It would take trades for you. It does take trades for you. Same way as Captain Optimus does. Same exact idea actually, as far as the automation of these signals. If it's not what you mean, perhaps ask NINZA support. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Can I use New Horizon for signals and add other indicators for context? That's the idea. That's the idea. Now, as long as the indicators you use have the plus minus, right? Let me kind of, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but let me. So, so you see this, it must have this. In other words, it must be able to define a trend or whatever value the indicator has must be defined. So plus one, minus one, right? Bullish, bearish. As long as you have that, you're good to go. It's I think most definitely most newer NINZA Co indicators have that. Even the older ones have that, but I'm not sure if all the older ones have it. I definitely saw it everywhere on the newer ones. Let's say over the past couple of years, they have that. So let's see. It's really good. Yeah, no, it's amazing. And again, guys, I'm not doing this justice. Um, this is trading scientifically. I mean, you it will do all the testing for you. It would be impossible for you to do the kind of testing that this tool can do. Let's see, if I want to use Renko, I don't think it matters. I want to say I don't think it matters what time frame you use, like King rank or what bar type I should say. I don't think it matters what bar type. It's just that for I see what you mean, because for back testing, right? Um, Ninja Renko is an irregular bar. King Renko, I believe, would be better because King Renko could be back tested. So I think on that I think you're right. But again, I would refer anything like this just to be sure. Refer that to NINZA support. Can you run an auto strategy in Oracle instead of? Okay, so you read that. How to know which indicator to use? You just try any indicators you want, as long as it has, like I said, that plus minus bullish bearish. thing there. Can I use indicator in that? Does it work with NT8 strategies? Wow. Too afraid to answer that. Too afraid. I'm not sure. I don't want to answer anything I'm not sure about. I imagine it does because it's a strategy by itself, but I don't want to. I don't want to answer that. I wonder if it's getting ready for a trade here because I'm seeing this. So maybe some conditions are being met here, but I don't know. So let's go back to the slideshow. And yeah, whereas, okay, whoops. Okay, so right, so we're talking about signal quality. So we spoke about this, right? What should be taken into account with any signal? Trend, momentum, volatility, uh, price location, of course, is important. Liquidity, always important. Uh, all the things, in other words, Oracle Matrix in it has all the conditions that would create the context. Of course, manually, there was no way to do this manually, at least not effectively. There was just no way. It categorizes signals into specific market contexts. We spoke about this. A while ago, I don't want to be mixing too many things, but I'll just say this. A while ago, I promoted automated strategy called T-Rex, which was actually a decent strategy. But I warned people in a webinar, I said, you cannot just trade it under any market conditions. It does best when there are no strong directional continuous moves. So I would say don't trade it like in the first 30 minutes of when the session opens. Because very often in the first 30 minutes, there are some very strong moves. Trade it afterwards. Like during lunchtime would be like ideal because things tend to go kind of sideways, back and forth. So at the time, I really didn't know how to put it in the right words. Now I know. It's just that what I meant to say, I guess, a strategy like T-Rex needs certain environment, needs a certain context to be profitable. You cannot simply trade it at any moment. So I guess that's where I'm going with this. Yeah, so discuss what is context. We discuss it. Context is a combination of different conditions. That's what context is. I know in my trading room very often, not really so much like this, but in my trading room, I always talk about, well, is the market in a weaker or stronger position? To me, it's everything. I need to know if the market is in a weaker or stronger position. For me, it's like basic. Without this, I wouldn't know what to do. That's an example of context, right? For example, were targets already achieved or not? Well, if targets were achieved, all right, so now I expect sideways kind of behavior. That's context. So as far as Oracle is concerned, it's looking at trend, at momentum, at volatility, at the structure of price action, of course. So all this becomes part of the equation. We spoke about this, the different market conditions. We spoke about that. Yeah, that's just everything it's looking at. And again, it's amazing. It can do in milliseconds what would take you probably months. Just amazing stuff, really. So yeah, just again, everything that Oracle Matrix does, it is, I said it before, it is like a research laboratory. It goes through a whole process and spits out for you the best conditions for your particular signal, for your indicator. It's not a signal generator. I think I said it, but it's worth repeating. it's not like it comes up with new signals. It uses the signals of your indicator. It just makes it more selective. And as far as how many trades, well, if you reduce, for example, the profit factor, yeah, it will probably generate more trades because you give it more leeway, right? If you reduce the win percentage, so if you in your filter when you filter it, the more strict you are, the less trades there will be. But chances are the trades that would occur, that would qualify, would be very good trades. Very profitable, I should say, trades. We spoke about this. It analyzes signal performance by context. So it just it does it in milliseconds. Again, just take a look. So sorry guys, I'm just looking. Okay. Yeah, so it turns hypothesis into a strategy. Just again, looking for the best environments for your particular indicator. So it simulates trade out. It actually plays out the trades. That's how it identifies what kind of trades are the best. It looks back, right? I think and I'll show it again in the chart. So in my case, it identified 400 and whatever 60 or 90 trades, historical trades, and based on that, it showed me the outcome. The 400 semi trades were based on the context that NINZA Co specified. Like again, win factor, sorry, profit factor, win percentage, number of trades, all of that. So this is what we saw. There was only one trade that I show from today. It was a short trade. That's what it looks like because it takes the trade once a signal occurs. As long as you enable, right? As long as you enable the automation, it will take this trade. You don't have to sit there and wait because under very strict conditions, you might only get one trade a day, right? So as long as you enable the automation, it would just take this trade for you. Well, how flexible you want the context to be would be up to you. So obviously, again, the more restrictive it is, the less trades you would get. That's kind of what I actually the first template that was sent to me, I didn't see any signals, and I got in touch with them. I said, "Hey guys, I just don't see any signals." And I said, "Well, you gotta change your filters a little bit. You probably want too much, right?" As I said before, I wanted a profit factor of 6. Well, ain't gonna happen. It's very nice. I want it, but it's not gonna happen. So that's why there were no trades, and it wouldn't take any trades under those conditions. Okay, so that's just different demonstrations, obviously. Now they have very long back tests, 8 years and whatnot. I only ran mine for like 6 days. So yeah, so this is their back tests. All right, let me. Okay, so as far as importing a template into Oracle, so you simply go here, template, and again, you can get in touch with NINZA support. You tell them I have such and such indicators. Give a list of your indicators. They're going to help you. So once you have the template, once you have the template, you simply click this and you can import whatever template you have under Oracle Matrix. Now, you ask a bit of a different question. I understand that you ask about uh, strategy analyzer, and gee, beyond my pay grade, don't know. I know this. I got this far. I got this far. So yeah. Okay, let's see if there are any more questions. Let's see. Very promising, but have not traded real money yet. Well, luckily you don't have to trade real money. You have prop firms. Please go over templates. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm a prop firm guy. I don't trade my own money. Why should I? Just I use their money. Yeah, I know it's not real money, but the money they pay is real money, and so it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm just looking through. Let me give you again. Where is it? Put this share my Discord. We have a lot of fun every morning in the trading room. It's a good place. If you want to learn how to trade with a plan, I offer that. I'll show you how I trade just with a chart. That's all I do. I trade with a chart. So, um, thank you, everyone. I will see you next time. And any questions regarding this, please email to NINZA support. Any questions regarding trading, you can email me. Okay, very nice. Thank you all. See you next time.